crafty friends, this is Darlene from Dream of Rubber Stamps. We're going to make a Christmas card featuring this adorable reindeer today. Let's take a look at what we're going to need to make that card. So we're going to use the Reindeer Fun Bundle. So we've got the stamp sets, and we're going to, of course, use the dies featuring these three right here that we're going to use to build our reindeer. We're also going to use the plaid embossing folder. This is definitely one of my favorites right now. It goes with everything. Forget about Christmas. Going to use this year round. Additionally, I've got the DSP, the Designer Series paper that goes with the suite as well. I love these papers because on one side you've got these vibrant, bold designs. Some of them even fit the dies so you can cut out. If you flip it over, you've got all of these smaller, subtler patterns that you can use as well. We're going to use this one right here featuring red and white because our card is primarily red and white. And lastly, we're going to use these peppermints. Loving, loving, loving these peppermints. They're so cute. Keep in mind that the full measurements to make this card are in the description below, so go ahead and take a look. But let's go ahead and make this card. The first thing that you'll need is a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 basic white cardstock that I've scored right in the middle at 4 1/4 inches and then folded in half to form the card base. Now, with this particular paper, I've decided to use the basic white thick just because it is going to be the card itself, and I want to have it just a little bit heavier. I'm going to go ahead and actually stamp a greeting inside the card. So I've got this greeting that's also part of the stamp set that says, "May all of your days be full of cheer." So I'm going to use some real red because that's the theme of our card and just stamp that image inside, stamp the greeting inside so that it has just a chance to dry before we build our card. So let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to just put that aside for a minute while we go ahead and work on the rest of the card. Now, as I said, I always like to have a layer on the card. The most popular size for layers is 4 inches wide by 5 1/4 inches. I actually took this layer and put it through this plaid 3D embossing folder. Absolutely love this folder, not just for Christmas, year round. I've used it so much already. So just a great little addition to our stamping. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of the seal on the back, just to make sure that that layer sticks to the card. And there we go. So we've built our card front. I'm going to, though, also add in some of the DSP. So again, the theme is red and white. We're going to go ahead and add this DSP onto the card as well. Doesn't really matter where you position it. I kind of want it in the top third, so I'll just put it up there. And I've got some die cuts that we're going to use as well. So number one, I've got one of these stylish shaped circles. And then the little build your own reindeer comes with 3 pieces. So let me just get these in the right order. So the back piece is going to have the antlers on it. The middle piece is a little more solid, and then the front piece has the hole for the nose there. So when you take and actually cut out these pieces, this is how it's going to look. Okay, and then you can simply build your reindeer just like that. So when you put all of the pieces together, they fit wonderfully together just by aligning all of the bodies. Okay. And one of my favorite little features of this is the whites of the eyes. You can absolutely positively see whites of the eyes on this reindeer, and I love that feature. I'm going to use a little bit of the liquid glue and just build this. Okay, so I'm just going to put the glue on the piece that's going to be layered on top, and then go ahead and put it down. Because the liquid glue is a little bit wet, I can just align those again in a minute. Okay, a little bit of liquid glue. You really don't need very much. A touch on the ears just so that everything stays. And with liquid glue, you never want to work too fast. It actually, when it's a little bit tacky, is probably a little easier to work with. Okay, so line all those up, push them all together. Okay. And again, a line on the front and the back for that reindeer. And then he's just going to go ahead on that stylish shaped circle. So let's go ahead and put that together. So I'm going to use my seal again. Okay, bring my card back in, put the circle down, and then I'm going to use some dimensionals and actually add my reindeer. So just putting some of the pieces on the back to help it sit. Okay, and we're going to go ahead then and put that onto the circle, maybe just a little bit closer to the bottom. Okay. Now, I've already taken a piece of real red cardstock. It's a 1/2 inch by 3 inches. Okay, and I've embossed Merry Christmas on it with white powder. And what I'm going to do now is just take and do a little snip on here. Okay, so I'm just going to cut it right between Merry and Christmas. I'm just going to do a straight cut, or as straight as I can, and add a few more dimensionals. I'm using the mini here, but either size will work. All right, so let's go ahead now and assemble. Okay, so I've got the reindeer. I'll start with the Merry right beneath him, and then I'll put the Christmas just below that. Okay, and I just did slightly up and slightly down for these greetings. And you can see, again, how cute this reindeer is on these cards. Now, as I said, to finish it, I'm going to add some of those amazingly cute little peppermints. So, what reindeer doesn't want to have a nose? They all do. So I'm just going to actually take and right over top of the nose that was on there, I'm going to add my peppermint nose. And then I'm just going to add a couple other peppermints along the bottom here in the 2 sizes, the large and the small, just to finish off the card. And it is a large nose right there. Actually, I noticed that this is a large and a small, this is a small and a medium. So you can really pick whichever sizes you want for those. So there we have our really, really cute little reindeer made with the Reindeer Fun Bundle. Thanks for watching.